Hello and welcome to the finals of Grand Prix Montreal. We have two. Welcome to the finals of Grand Prix Montreal. We have two former Grand Prix champions facing off here for the chance to be a two-time Grand Prix champion. Chosen by Heliod on a Crowan Crusader. Puts a Gerard Fabiano soldier token with
That's
haste
awesome.
into play.
Now, obviously, this isn't the ideal. If you're in Dave Shiels' seat, you're not thrilled at this, but it's not the ordeal start, at least, right? Which is where you're just like, whoa, way behind. You're just kind of behind here. He can recover from this.
There's a Skyguard.
Not a great blocker. See if
He's
Gerard
okay at blocking. He just doesn't live through it a lot.
Good point, good point. And there's Archetype of Aggression, granting trample to his two one-powered creatures. It's got a kind of style points on a one-powered creature, but we'll take it.
Pre-combat, hoping Shields will say, ooh, here's my window to block.
Yeah, but more importantly here, we have a 1-2-3 curve from Gerard Fabiano.
Yeah.
And the question is, can Dave find a way to... I mean, remember, Hopeful Eidolon is going to be a big factor if these guys are just going to try to race.
True.
Does Gerard also have a Hopeful Eidolon?
That's a good question.
I don't think so.
That is a negative.
No.
What does Dave Shields have?
Is it a...
When you beat Mike Bonde in that, like, sick game.
Nothing?
Says go. Basically, what he has is, I'm leaving my Skyguard on defense. Do you want to attack into Skyguard at untapped mana?
Right. That is exactly what he has here.
I know you got something.
Gerard
Declare
says,
attacks and
sure.
In the game of chicken, Gerard has no problem.
Gerard has already ripped the steering wheel out and thrown it out the window.
Took him all of half
I'm
of
not
a
gonna
second.
swerve.
No. No brake
He's like,
pedal on
just
this
like
deck.
you to bring a chicken to a turkey fight.
I mean, Gerard also has untapped mana, and two of them are red. Like, go ahead, target that thing, right? I dare you.
Well, he's going to block the Crusader,
Which is
a 1/3.
Yeah. And he's going to try to redirect one of the damage
Acolyte's
here.
reward.
Nice.
What is he... Where is he redirecting the damage to?
He's going to redirect it to the Crow Crusader, but his
Okay. So
guy's going to come a 2/2
Yeah.
upon targeting.
Right. So that'll be enough to kill it.
So he's targeted, so there's a trigger on the stack.
Right.
Gerard can, in theory, respond.
Yeah, and that is a tough card. Like, that is one that you want to make sure that you know well.
So it sets up a redirection shield, right? So the damage doesn't get redirected. Yeah, the next
devotion
damage.
to white X damage, yeah.
So he only gets to redirect one because he's only got the one white pip amongst his permanents. But that's good enough that the Crusader will die. It'll be a 2/2 Skyguard dealing 2 damage to a 1/3 Crusader, which also deals 1 damage to itself.
Now the question is, if you're Gerard, I mean, so?
Yeah.
Right? Like he got his card back off of the Chosen by Heliod, so he's not worried about that. And he's losing his 1-drop here. I mean, he does get a Kron Skyguard that's now a 2/2.
He sort of loses it, right? I mean, he got the...
Yeah, and he's
He
even
got the
got the
token for it.
replacement. Yeah, and by the way, Dave takes 4 in the exchange. So, not the worst case, though. Gerard has nothing this turn? Awkward.
He might be sitting on a handful of 5-drops.
That's true. He could have something like...
Ornitharch, Archon.
I think I saw Coordinated Assault,
okay,
which would not have been enough to win the fight. And that's what he was really trying to sort out, trying to make sure he understood exactly what was going on.
He could have Dawn to Dusk in his hand.
he was dealing
one of his more conditional cards.
If he's dealing 0 to a 2 toughness Skyguard, then Coordinated Assault's not good enough.
It looks like Nyxborn Shieldmate in hand for Dave Shields, but he chooses not to play it into all that open mana. Instead, it's going to just play a 1/5.
All right. So things getting more stable here for Dave Shields. He's even applying a little bit of pressure.
5th land available for Gerard.
Yeah.
Could be Rage of Porphyros, could be Celestial Archon.
Could be Ornithar, could be Celestial Archon again. A lot of options.
It could be Celestial Archon, could be Celestial Archon.
Right. But his hand also could be, you know, Dawn to Dusk.
He does have a Dawn to Dusk in his
Ray of He does have one.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave Shiels.
He's like, man, you've gotten old.
Try to throw him off his game. All right, so Gerard's going to attack into the 1/5 with a tapped out Dave Shiels, and in response, play a land, and so he was
giant,
running a little bluff there.
Disgusting monster.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, total free roll. Both of Dave Shiels' creatures have flying, so that archetype of aggression was never blocking. And since his opponent was tapped out, he could just free roll it. But 4/4 flying.
Also means next
First
time when he
strike,
has removal
trample.
or a trick, you know, Dave might be more inclined to block.
Right. But yeah, that thing doesn't have quite enough punch to get through Coastline Chimera.
And it also is not going to be able to get through the Skyguard if he casts the Nyxborn Shieldmate.
Okay.
Right?
Does he have one? I think he's got a Resco Sun Guide and a
Okay.
God's Willing to complement his favorite land,
The plains?
the shores.
Oh, the shores.
Yeah. Randy's just shaking his head. He doesn't like the shores.
Yeah, not entirely sure. You know. Oh, I guess it's just there for the phalanx.
Yeah, it activates the red mana on Phalanx.
Yeah. Once. I mean, sometimes that's all you need, but
Well, I mean, we've seen these games be squeakers.
it's true. But I have to say, you know, Dave Shiels' deck tends to be more of a vertical deck, right? He's stacking a bunch of stuff on one thing as opposed to making a whole bunch of tokens like Gerard is. That's where that Akron Phalanx really shines.
Here's an elite skirmisher.
All right, so Gerard is setting something up here, right? I mean, Elite Skirmisher is scary. Lagana Ben Elder off the top for Dave Shiels. Does not currently control an enchantment or an aura or anything. But those 3 gain bumps, you know, if he is able to capitalize on them, can certainly change the race math, just not currently.
He's right. He's got it. Okay.
Okay.
Cards?
And he's going to pass turn back.
2 up, right? Yeah. I bet mine are better than yours, though.
That was a Pegasus off the top for Gerard.
It is. I don't care too much. Play this thing. Sure. I'll take those.
We finally slowed the Fabiano buzzsaw.
I mean, only because Shiels is just like, I will leave everybody on defense.
Oh, he's definitely demonstrated a willingness to be super patient.
Yes.
I mean, think about how patient he was in that game against in the semifinals.
And Gerard's really patient too. If you watch him play, he'll wait and wait and wait for the right moment to strike. And it could be upcoming pretty quickly. Archetype of Aggression's a human. Elite Skirmisher is also a human.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it's just a Coastline Chimera. It's holding off the world.
So, you know,
So you
Elite
tap that.
Skirmisher,
Yeah, any trick on targeting Skirmisher to tap Chimera.
And then he's getting in there for a bunch of damage.
Exactly.
So a bit of a standoff here in game 1.
Go.
I mean, it's a standoff, but I mean, it feels like Gerard is the one who's way ahead.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it looks stalemated. Nobody's attacking anybody. Gerard's up 6 life, which is not irrelevant, and Gerard's just got, you know, the best 2 or 3 creatures in play are all on Gerard's side.
I mean, you kind of patiently wait for a phalanx leader, right? So.
Right.
Hopeful Eidolon for Dave Shiels could change things.
Could it? What would start attacking?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could
Nothing
start
yet.
to
Like he has
it
to.
could start to sow the seeds
Yeah.
of change.
I mean,
Okay.
that's where we're at here.
I mean, I guess Gerard only has. He needs to get. I mean, Dave to do anything is going to have to be able to beat up a Celestial Archon in combat, and that is not easy.
That is really
It's going to
tough.
take basically multiple ordeal. I was about to say
Yeah.
ordeal on Skyguard is the way to get started.
Yep.
If he puts the ordeal and the hopeful Eidolon on the Skyguard, and Gerard doesn't have a way to break it up, then how big does the Skyguard turn out to be?
Well, it gets
2,
it's 4,
3,
5,
4. It'd be
6.
attacking as a 5.
6, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The counter going on.
6,
it.
yeah. Yeah, which is enough.
And it would
But
crack
Gerard
that
has
right
to have
away.
it. Has to have a trick.
Yeah.
But again, the first strike on the Archon's a little scary.
Absolutely.
It's very scary.
Yeah,
Some level
you don't know
though.
that
One
there's not
Titan strength? Yeah, you were thinking the same
card I was
thing.
thinking of.
Yeah, just-
Battle-wise Valor.
Mm-hmm.
And
What happened to our power?
Did someone...
Someone pulled the plug.
We're up over here.
We see a top 8 bracket. We do not see the game. Somebody has.
It was not us.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in the feature match area there.
Yep.
And sometimes a wary foot can hit a cord.
The power went off.
Oh.
So are they holding?
Continue.
Okay. Well, hold the players. Hopefully, our commentary is still going out.
Yeah, we're just going to assume that
Yeah.
we're still on.
The lights are out. We're sitting here in the dark,
Yeah.
actually. Oh, there we go.
All right, we're on.
Okay.
When the lights came on, there was an ordeal.
Oh, the ordeal did get passed.
There was an
Yeah, when the
ordeal
lights went
of
out, there
Heliod.
was no ordeal of Heliod, but now, ordeal.
They can go?
So that's step 1.
Okay.
Now the
Yeah.
Sky Guard is.
Kill that return to my chosen.
That's dawn to dusk.
It is dawn to dusk.
So minimize the damage there. Basically just equates to one and a white, discard a card, I get a counter on my Sky Guard there.
Yeah.
2 cards. 3
What
cards.
exactly does Dawn to Dusk do?
It can destroy an enchantment and or get one back from his
Well,
graveyard.
and/or, so he picked one up. He had
He picked up the
of
chosen by
Heliod.
Heliod. That's actually a pretty big
Oh yeah.
a big swing for him.
Yeah.
Because now he actually gets to tap something with that.
Yes.
Elite
Chosen of
Skirmisher.
Heliod. Skirmisher seems like the obvious target.
Now if he does do that though,
Chosen here. I want to tap.
we're getting the graphics back up for you right now. Rashad's working on it.
Yeah, essentially the life total computer is restarting.
Right.
You can watch the bottom of the Windows start screen
All right.
instead of the
So-
life
so-
totals.
And
Chimera
he
gets
gets to draw a
tapped.
card, of course.
New card.
So what's attacking here? I mean, if he wants to send in with the squad here, he's going to lose something potentially to the Chorus of the Tides, right?
Oh, and so all this is on Gerard's turn, right? What we
Yes.
missed was it was Ordeal at go. He did not pile on the Hopeful
Right.
Eidolon in addition. He played
That's
the Ordeal,
correct.
picked
Yes.
up one counter, and then declined to attack, shift the turn back to Gerard,
Exactly.
who blew up the Ordeal on his own turn, then
And-
cast the Chosen.
I see. I
Then
see.
he, yeah, because it's a sorcery. Dawn to Dusk is a sorcery. So
Gerard is going to main phase coordinated strike here.
coordinated assault.
Coordinated
All
assault
right.
here.
For another tap.
Yep.
He is.
It's like I'm going to tap another flyer here.
Sure.
Tap that one.
What else is he hitting with?
I think
though?
he probably also hit the Pegasus.
Or he could have hit Archetype of Aggression to get it through the other flyer that's left over, the Chorus of Tides. So this is going to get interesting. How much damage
Yes.
is this, by the way?
A lot?
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It could be 12. But here's God's will.
Oh, God's willing. No, I don't want to tap my guy.
So
I prefer that my guy beat 4/4.
Yeah.
he gives it protection from white,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
and it's a 4/4.
Sees a Battle-wise Hoplite on the top of his deck.
Interesting. Seems like that creature maybe is outclassed already. He's got the Sky Guard that he wants to keep pointing things at.
Yeah.
I think you
I
push.
think that's what he conclusion he came to as well. Yeah.
Got it. Looks like it.
Tricky game.
George's still thinking about his
He
attacks.
sure is.
Right, so there's a 4/4 pro white.
So.
Yeah, it's not a really good
That
one.
one's tricky to attack through. I mean, even the 4/4 first strike Archon loses in a fight to that.
Okay, I lose that guy.
That seems bad.
Then
I
lose-
trade this guy.
Yeah, I lose this guy. That doesn't seem good.
Who
Yeah.
else picked up first strike here, though?
I thought it was the Pegasus, but I'm not
Okay.
certain.
Okay. But
yeah, no, that God's Willing blunts the entire attack Gerard had
it
set
does.
up. 2 tap effects going through Elite Skirmisher, but God's Willing shuts it all down.
Yeah, losing the coordinated assault's a big deal there for Gerard. Losing, using up the one activation.
Yeah, I
on the
think
RG.
Gerard was right to go for it, though.
I think
It didn't seem like a bad. It didn't seem like a bad attack.
And he didn't, walk into anything there. He did it
Right.
pre-combat to make sure this thing's tapped, everything's
Right. I mean,
clear.
effectively, coordinated assault and God's Willing both went to the graveyard
Yep.
and play on.
And the
So he can attack with a 6.
Skyguard grew.
He can
Yeah, it
attack
seems
with
like
a-
Hopeful Eidolon on Skyguard.
Yeah.
Dave's. It's time to go all in.
It's a 6/6 lifelink flyer.
Yeah, he didn't want to do this last turn because he didn't want to tap out. He wanted to leave up his God's Willing, and good thing for him that he did. But now, 6/6 lifelink. What have you got in the air? Well, just a 4/4 first striker and a cavalry Pegasus. So apparently that's not good enough.
And there it is.
Life totals
Dropping
being
Gerard
updated.
Fabiano down to 12.
Did not expect Shiels to be the one busting through this stalemate.
And Gerard just had to say go.
Wow.
He somehow needs his other
Other
Yeah.
Celestial
Celestial
Archon.
I think I
Archon
need
to
to-
be able to block here.
There is a Battle-Wise Valor in... Oh, no, it's
Divine Verdict. Oh,
That's a good one.
that's a great one here, and I don't think that Shiels has the answer this time.
Yep.
Wow.
So things have swung back in Gerard Fabiano's direction, though. Does he still not really have attacks here?
Yeah, I mean, the 1/5 still doing a great job of holding off the team.
Yeah. And there's Lagana Ben Elder to gain 3 life.
How do you like Gerard's? Just like draw, go.
It's good.
You know, did you feel like he had a Divine Verdict
he
in hand?
sold it.
Go ahead.
All right, here's my
Now
mana.
what?
What am I doing?
Now he's going to think carefully, so he probably has nothing? Is it? Just the classic reverse tells?
Yep.
So land go for the last 2 turns here. And
Say to Ramblers like, I want to play.
yeah, sure, get in
Okay.
there.
Come on out.
There's an
Alright.
Ornitharch, so decision time for Dave Shiels.
Interesting. I
You
think
gotta
you give
figure
him
he's
the
got to
2
give
guys.
the tokens, right?
Yeah, give him the
that's right.
tokens.
You can have 2 1/1s.
Okay. You have birds, actually.
I don't think Gerard can use Gerard Fabiano player cards to represent 2 different things. Right? He's got to get
Yeah.
a different player or some actual bird tokens.
Yeah, need some reduke tokens or...
More lands for Dave Shiels. He's definitely drawn more than his fair share here in the top 8, but has managed to find victory.
Cards in hand?
And I'm just getting the feeling that Gerard's going to attack once this game and it's going to be over.
Is he lining up an attack? I guess
Yes, he
like the
is.
1/5 doesn't actually kill anything. He's got multiple things that can attack in the air now.
Yeah,
Like previously, kind of needed the...
so the Ornitharch and of course the Tides will trade here.
Sure.
But Battle-Wise Valor can also interrupt that plan. And
Oh, he
he's gonna
Battle-Wise
use it.
Valor's the Archon.
Yeah, get
not the
rid of
Ornitharch.
that pesky 1/5.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of the Chimera. He's willing to let the Ornitharch trade for the Chorus of Tides. Leaves him behind the birds, which, hey, you know what? They can attack if that 1/5 really does go away.
Okay, so you take 2.
Yep. Shields loses both his creatures. Gerard loses
Shields down.
half. There you go. Gerard loses half an Ornitharch and the Battle-Wise Valor. The 3/5 of an Ornitharch.
Is that a Crone Phalanx there?
That
up
is
the
a
top?
Crone Phalanx.
He has that activation in
Yeah.
his pocket. He got there. Combo
did it.
assembled.
Yeah, now I struggle to imagine how Dave Shields stitches together either an offense or a defense.
Yeah.
Like the last
at
time we had the
Gerard's
stalemate.
board.
Yeah, Gerard's creatures were way better last time, but Dave managed to stitch together an Ordeal and a Hopeful Eidolon and briefly had a creature big enough to fight.
Yeah.
But now what? Like, he doesn't even have the Skyguard to build from.
He has no
this
more
time.
flyers at all. So now the archetype of aggression gets in the sky. So does the elite skirmisher,
yeah.
the 2 birds, the archons already.
Archetype's
got
a human?
flying. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
3,
1,
7,
2,
8,
3,
9,
6, 10.
12. Yeah, it's actually 13, I think, because the skirmishers are human too.
Just
Oh, all
two-shot
humans
'em.
gain flying, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's 13 power worth of flyers.
He's within two swings here.
He is at 12.
But say the
God.
Rambler wanted something to do.
Yeah.
We had a job for you. Block.
Oh, I
The
always
good news
block.
is you probably get to trade with something.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Phalanx, this is what Shiels has to do. He has to try to force some trades.
I'm at 12, right?
Okay, maybe not the Hopeful Light along. Yep. Like we said, we have a job for you.
Yep.
He got there. He did what he come here to do.
Now, do you tap out to activate Phalanx?
Yep.
You just get in an extra damage.
Say the Rambler dies knowing he contributed.
All right, Gerard's lining up the big attacks here.
Flying 4, 5, 6, 7.
Send everybody but that token sideways.
That's 13.
Okay. You're at 6.
So take you down to 6, Dave Shiels. And what's your backup plan here? Oh, Gerard has a Ray of Dissolution in his hand, so he can actually bump his life total at instant speed here, too.
It's being. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Wow, and so many lands for Dave Shiels means that he's not able to fight through the long game there. And it did come into play. You know, the weird thing is that they both had pretty aggressive draws,
Yes.
except for that they were just not willing to attack into each other for various reasons, sometimes better blockers, sometimes the threat of tricks or removal.
Yeah.
And so they just ended up staring at each other, building out a huge board, and then finally being able to break through. You can take a look at our upcoming webcast schedule here. Bunch of Grand Prix coming up in the next month and a half or so, as well as the Magic Online Championship.
So the two of you are going to be in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Yep.
The European coverage team will be in Vienna, same weekend.
Yep.
The four of us,
Plus LSV.
plus LSV will be in San Francisco for the Magic Online Championship. Phoenix will be the Channel Fireball
Yep.
webcast team. Grand Prix Nagoya will be Nico, so you'll see a couple of Hall of Fame eligible Japanese players.
There you go.
Talking about it to 80,000 Japanese Magic fans. And then Grand Prix Philadelphia, that's me, Marshall, and Ben Stark.
Ben Stark, yep.
Getting to talk about Limited middle of April.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Filled
Lots
with
of Magic
delicious
coming
meat.
up. A couple of double weekends there.
Still got a game or two left in this weekend, though.
Yeah. I mean, and it's pretty rare, honestly. You know, how many times have you looked at a bracket at the beginning of a top 8?
Right.
And you're like, oh man, this bracket's got 3 or 4 guys who are like, they got Grand Prix champions, they're Pro Tour top 8 competitors, right? Gerard, a Pro Tour top 8 competitor.
Yep. Brock Parker, Pro Tour champion.
Brock Poker, you look at these players, and then you turn around, and sometimes by the semifinals, they're just littering the side of the bracket.
Yep.
This is 2 Grand Prix champions facing off in the finals.
That's right. That's awesome when this happens.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I love this.
That's funny. Gerard is. I talked to Gerard. We were joking throughout today as we covered him.
Yep.
That he seemed kind of grumpy.
Okay.
Seemed like kind of like serious Gerard. But when you caught him not playing, he was really happy. He's like, no, I really want this. I'm really focused on this. He's like, I'm really intense when I'm playing. I really need to buckle down.
Right.
So there's like a little bit of a. Not a different approach to drugs. He always has really wants it, but I'm just saying, like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, he likes to talk. He's a funny guy. He likes to have a joke, and but yeah, he's been all business here at the table for the course of the weekend. He is right here too. He's just pensive, Gerard. He's trying to decide which token of himself to use in the next game.
There's only the one Gerard Fabiano player card, right?
Okay, I don't know.
I believe so.
They only got they got made for 2 or 3 years. 2 years.
2 years, I think. You
About
still see
10
them all the
years
time.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great go-to resource for me when doing Hall of Fame research for photographs. It's like, oh, look at that, Camille Cornelison acting goofy. No, I'm not using those. No. Let's just go with the one with him stoic again.
While we were playing with it.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, thanks. I forgot how to.
Room's emptied out a little. People starting their drive home. A lot of people drove from the East Coast.
I think the collective fan bases of both Gerard and Dave Shiels have paired off into drafts. 'Cause just to the right, there's about 3 drafts worth of people.
Yeah, I see a couple Pro Tour finalists. I see a Pro Tour champion.
I do too. I see a world champion.
Oh. Some resumes over there.
Look, you can't get that many Magic players standing around next to each other without, hey, somebody want to
let's just
draft?
draft.
Yeah.
They're like, man, George's deck looks awesome. Let's draft.
Yeah, I want to draft that deck. Yeah.
I think both of these decks really make you want to draft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much as
Alexander Haynes.
no,
That's the only
not
one
as
I
much
can
as
think of.
Fournier's.
Oh yeah, Fournier. Yeah.
Fournier.
know, these-
That-
Fournier's deck feels like awesome, but you can't put it together consistently. It doesn't always work out.
I'm fine not winning with that deck.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, see, I want to
It's
draft
the hunt.
Yeah, pretend like
I'm first picking Skyguards all day. I want one of these 2 decks.
Yeah, I'm fine going out and hunting the Great Demir Beast.
Yeah.
I was flooding out so bad, I just. Yeah. Like, I knew that was like add. All you could add.
Yeah, right, I could do that. Wave Crash Triton and Oracle's Insight. That's fine in Simic too.
It is.
Basically, what I'm saying is that I don't give you any credit.
A little smile there from Gerard.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah, you too.
It's not all business, just mostly.
Relaxes a little here. You know, he and Shields, good friends. There you go. Handshake. Always nice.
And it looks like Shiels didn't have
Yeah.
the ingredients he needed there.
Snap to 6.
Yeah.
Gerard has 2 lands, but they're both plains. He could fall the hammer, which you can't cast. I think I see an Ordeal, but did I just see a creature?
Now there's a Battle-Wise Valor in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell me there's a creature. I hope there's like a Snapcast.
Yeah,
That's not
Gerard is.
Wait, does
a-
he ever mulligan?
He's a Grand Prix champion. He's a Pro Tour top 8 competitor. He is also the most notorious.
He keeps.
Yeah, you know.
Never
Do you know you
seen
get
one.
less cards if you mulligan?
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
Yeah,
Isn't there the internet meme? It's like 6 forests and whatever the creature is that costs WWWW Dawn Elemental, and it's like Snapkeep.
All right, here's 6 for Dave Shiels.
what is Gerard's hand? It's 2 red cards.
That's like a.
It looks like it's Ordeal, Fall of the Hammer. There's an creature.
Ornithark. I can't tell if he's got the Snarecaster. If there's a Snarecaster in there, that hand's totally fine.
Resco's
Oh, mountain off the top.
a Resco
That helps.
guide there for Dave Shiels.
No, I think
No,
he might
he's-
have a. I think he might have a Pegasus.
A Pegasus? I don't think so.
Yeah,
No, I
can't-
think he's got a bunch of tricks and no creatures. He kept plains, 2 red cards, and 3 white tricks.
Hey, let
Dave
me,
Shiels just brazenly runs his
Yeah.
Fate Foretold into, Lightning Strike and Magma Jet, but
let me pull a rabbit out of my. Wait, I thought I had a hat here.
yeah.
Just got this rabbit. All right.
Land number 3, so this is where we cast a creature, Gerard. No, I'm going to pass the turn back here. So not the quickest start here. Dave Shiels, though, also not applying tons of pressure yet. Only 2 per turn. Out of his deck, that's pretty light for where we are in
Divine
the game.
Verdict. That was the card in Gerard's hand. It looked kind of like
Oh.
a Cavalry Pegasus.
Oh, okay.
He kept plains, 5 spells, 2 of which were red.
16.
Going in opposite directions. Fabiano goes down to 16. Shields is
Wow.
at
He's
20. Going to
Battle-Wise
be at
Valoring
24.
Just to scry
If you're going
here.
to Battle-Wise Valor just to scry, you can mulligan. It's
There's,
like
But
the
what if
same
he draws
thing.
the land?
there's his 4th land.
Go ahead.
So this is where he casts a creature, right?
No,
No, now he's sitting on Divine Verdict,
All right.
which doesn't even seem good. However, this plays out.
No, it doesn't seem good at all. Is he even play it here? I mean, he has an
No, he
Ornithark
doesn't,
in his
yeah.
hand. He's 1 land away from just making that Sun Guide irrelevant. Wow, still nothing from Shiels though. We have to. Wow.
Another 5-drop.
Yeah, if he hits a land, he's going to start just windmilling.
He's one card from having to
bombs.
discard, though.
But he's still. Yeah, he's taking 2 a turn. It's not good.
It's true. Shields has not come out quickly. Shields is not super punishing him for this draw.
No. That was a battle-wise hoplite off the top, though.
Land?
Is it
Dave
land?
Shiels just excited
No.
about being able to play cards without having to worry about discarding and milling
No
himself.
kidding.
Gerard's on 8 cards now.
Yeah, but he did draw a 4-drop.
Did he?
Drew, yeah, he drew a Heliod's Emissary. I think.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah.
was another 5.
Not a card that he's super excited to block with, but
Better than discarding.
it is, and it does block.
Yeah.
So there it is.
Sure.
Go.
Yep.
The elk.
Yep. Sure. You're 28.
But yeah, he can throw it in front of Risco Sun Guide if
Yeah.
draw a trick out or something like that.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Shields.
He's
probably
down to
just
12. He's not just going to go to 8, and
doesn't- Yeah.
he has to block.
Shields has 2 tricks in hand as well. He has God's Willing and Mortal's Ardor.
Yeah, Gerard's not expecting to just eat the Sun Guide.
No.
He's hoping that the trick turns it into a trade. But even that's kind of
Yeah,
unlikely.
so does Shields just attack with Hoplite here?
No, I would attack with both. Oh, I guess it depends what his trick is. His trick would have just turned it into a trade?
Yeah.
Okay. Then just Hoplite's better. Shields is a little flooded here.
Yep.
Is this a land? It
That
is.
It
is
is,
land
yeah.
five.
I
All right,
mean,
well, welcome to land
mana
of the
flooded
5
versus
drops.
mana screwed. If screwed has time to draw out of it, it usually wins.
And he really is going to be drawing out of it here.
And he's got a lot
Yeah.
of play here. He's got a Fall of the Hammer. He's got a Divine Verdict. He's got 2 different 5-drops. He's got an Ordeal.
Go ahead.
Which does he have the white ordeal?
He's white, yeah. He also.
Well, that's also quite interesting.
7.
He's going to pass a turn back here though and leave Divine
up
Verdict,
Divine
and
Verdict?
follow the hammer. Kind of decide what he wants to do here. It's kind of interesting.
I'll block.
Now he blocks. He's just
not-
going to take?
He said no blocks.
Oh my god, trigger.
Interesting. Shields leads for a trick.
So is Dave Shields just trying to bait out
Yes.
Divine Verdict here and just tempt?
Yes.
Because this is just a blatant. I mean, it's just like, who does that, right? I'd like to get into
Yeah,
extra
Dave's like,
damage.
I have another trick.
Yeah.
He's clearly representing another trick.
Right.
But I mean, he also kind of wants to deal some damage, so.
Yeah, it,
Well,
kinda, it
he
does.
He gets the game to within an Aqueous Form's reach.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we saw Acolyte's Reward do some really filthy things for him.
Fall of the Hammer.
So here's Fall of the Hammer.
Follow the hammer.
Does he have anything else?
So Shields is going to have to use his God's Willing here to save his
Yes.
Hoplite.
And create another counter.
Right.
And get another scry.
Yes. So that piles everything up to what? 4 lifelink damage hitting Gerard?
I think it's 5.
5, okay.
Reading the
Two-
Fall of the
two
Hammer to
counters
see where
in
that damage is coming from, what
Yep.
color he needs to name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if he responds to it, he can either do red to fizzle it or white to prevent it.
God's willingness trigger.
How does it fizzle? Is because it's targeting both.
Yeah, the
So
fa-
it fizzles that half of the target and
Yeah, the
Okay.
fall of the hammer can't target battle-wise.
yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
This trigger for
Okay.
scry one.
So there's
God's Willing resolves. Scry. Well, God's Willing trigger resolves. Scry off from the battle-wise hoplite. Push.
Put it on the bottom.
Now God's Willing itself will resolve.
God's will.
He will choose a color.
If I name red, this gets countered, right?
It's like, I'll just name red.
Alright.
Oh no, it has 2 targets. It has targets this and targets that, so it won't be countered.
Okay, will it
But
still deal
won't-
damage?
No, it won't do that.
Judgy McSplainy hands.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, it will because the
Yeah, it will do
creature
damage.
Feels a little fishy.
It'll do damage.
I'm pretty sure it does, right?
It does. It does.
Yeah.
That's correct. It will deal damage.
If I name red, This takes damage. I'll
Yeah.
follow the hammer.
Yes.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right. So
What's that?
Target creature heals.
Yeah, just after you.
Still deals damage.
Has he named a color?
It doesn't.
I'm not
Okay.
convinced.
He asked first. It doesn't actually matter even if it did deal damage because the hot plate's going to wind up big enough, right?
So,
Or no, the
Well, I
falls in
understand two
response to
targets, so
the first trick, so it doesn't
Correct.
matter.
But
so it has 2 targets. It targets this and this.
Yeah.
And then
the white creature.
Doesn't he
falls
want to
in
name
there.
white here anyway?
Yes, falls
Since
to
it's only
target
planes that
creature
are untapped?
They,
Yeah.
you control.
Yes.
In that case, that's this guy. So this guy deals damage.
Yeah, with Gerard having only planes untapped,
Just still able
white's
to
the
deal
better
target
color to
still
name
because
anyway.
This is an illegal target, right?
Okay.
But the spell will still try to resolve and do what it can.
And it's still a red spell can still.
So there's a big discussion happening, but the end result of it will be that the Battlewise Hoplite
It's
should
going to try to
live.
resolve and do as
So,
much
Judge,
as
can't
it
you
can.
just tell me what to say so this lives?
Yeah.
No,
The answer
actually
is
I
no.
can't.
So he's going to try to deal damage to this guy. With this guy, this. So
I like the disembodied hand of the judge. It's like Thing on the Addams Family.
Yeah. So they're working through the details here, but ultimately what's going to happen is the fall of the hammer's not going to happen.
Have you looked at a Gerard Fabiano player card lately, by the way?
No.
Here's the text on the back. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Gerard Fabiano lives in infamy in Magic lore for naming Humpus Wumpus with demonic consultation in a qualifier tournament. He couldn't remember the card's real name. In the years since, he's put together a career worthy of the fan club that sprung up around him, highlighted by making top 4 at Pro Tour Boston in 2002. Fabiano accumulated 100 Pro Tour points faster than anyone from his rookie class other than teammate Osip Lebedovich.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wrote that.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's super
I was like,
funny.
that sounds really familiar.
That's awesome. So are they still working out the details on this God's will?
No, now they're actually just waiting on a pizza.
you'll scry off the willing, and then you have the other.
Okay. There's no phalanx.
No, that's the Mortar of Lardor that's at the bottom of the stack.
We're still waiting for this stuff. They're getting the
They're
judge.
getting the judge? Jeez.
Ooh.
Do we know why? Like, was there a color named or something? Okay, he's gonna look it up. All right.
Okay. Rashad is going to investigate and tell us exactly what
could
happened.
possibly
here.
be this interesting?
Reminds me in Theros, remember in Boston or whatever?
Yeah.
This
I
does
mean,
feel like
Gerard,
just
Gerard
getting
is
the
also
details
known
correct.
for, like, also, getting very
Granular.
granular about like procedure and
He does.
layers and and he can be like, "Look, nope,
Oh, you
no,
won that. Yeah. Unless you
this
won
is
the
how it's
winning
supposed to
side
be.
of that.
Right.
This
Yes.
is what I think's happening here."
Yep.
And proverbial dog and bone.
Yeah, I know. He just didn't realize it, and then his teammate looked over and he's like, "Why didn't you just block?"
I assume this is being instigated by on Gerard's part. I don't have the feed in my ear at all.
No idea.
Let's poll the audience. What do you guys think? Any guesses?
Just like Twitter, but I'm
Hey, screw you.
So when all this settles, Gerard will go to 5.
Yes. And Shields will go
33.
33. And so that really means that Shiels is like just looking for one more way to get
Yeah,
his
the
guy
damage is
through.
like-
Yeah. How often have we seen that here? By
Yeah.
the way?
Pretty much every match.
Yeah.
I mean, Gerard, handful of gas. Gerard has 6 cards in his hand, and they're all powerful spells.
Yeah.
It's probably.
But they
He
all
just-
involve him
probably gonna be
tapping
like
out,
bite.
to play them.
He still can't do 2 things at the same turn. I mean,
Yeah.
he's up to 5, and he still
Yeah.
couldn't do 2 things.
It will,
Yeah.
it will resolve.
And he'd love to be able to do 2 things here. If he had one more land, hadn't missed those land
Yeah,
drops.
Divine Verdict is a response.
Oh, man.
Divine Verdict is response to the God's Willing would have been insane, but
Yeah.
he just now got to the 5 mana.
Right.
So
I need
there's
the
a-
help.
Nimbus Naiad is something he could draw.
Down again.
Aqueous Form.
Go in my favor.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just giving you crap.
I mean, at some point, the Acolyte's reward, again,
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
brutal.
It can, yeah. It depends on how low Gerard gets. I mean, remember, that's a
He's only got 2
devotion.
pips. He's only got 2 pips right
exactly.
now.
So it can, though.
Yeah.
It also just messes with combat in a truly horrible way for the person on the wrong end of that card.
Yeah, see? Reed's gonna drive home, they're gonna let Gerard sleep. Lead by example.
So there's a confab going on.
I just saw Rashad walk up
herds
to
of
Gavin
judges are
Dugan and
wandering
say,
by.
"If fall of the hammer," and then I couldn't hear him after that. But.
So no one say the word humility at this point. Then they'll scream. You getting a sense on Twitter of what?
Yeah, Bing says that the judge originally said that if he names red, emissary will still deal damage to Hoplite, even though it's an illegal target.
This guy did a
So-
lot of damage.
That's not right.
Okay.
So
So
the
what
table
this
judge
is out
gave
is
a
the
bad
table
ruling?
judge gave a bad ruling.
It's possible.
I mean,
Fall of the hammer says target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. If you make that target invalid, both of the targets have to be valid. Okay, so he was looking. The judge is investigating to try to double check his ruling.
I'm
So
more worried that we get it right.
we will let them do their
get it.
job.
We'll get it
That's
right.
fine, as long as we get it right.
We'll get it right. Like I
But yeah,
said,
reading Fall of the Hammer, it does say target creature and target creature, so they both have to be valid targets.
my ruling would be that it works like that.
Yeah, the spell will still resolve. It still has a
see.
target. So it's not like the
it's
spell
ju-
fizzles.
Okay, which is what we were thinking.
for
So
target.
instead, the damage is prevented.
We split, so you just lose.
Oh, I see.
Is that how that works?
I see.
But he can just name white. Why doesn't he
So
just name
Rashad
white?
says since the second target isn't there, the damage doesn't actually get to happen. Right, but you're saying the spell doesn't fizzle in the sense that, like, if
No, the
Fall of the
spell
Hammer
still
were to
resolves.
trigger heroic on the first end of it, then it would still happen. It's not just gone.
well, that happens regardless. That's
Okay.
triggers.
Okay, so you're
targeting.
saying the fall actually does resolve. It just doesn't do anything. Okay.
How close you're gonna be to gold?
I just go for
Okay.
I don't know. I have 0
Rashad
points.
said it resolves,
This
but
is
it
my
can't
thing.
deal
literally zero.
damage
Spell
to the
resolves,
creature.
but does nothing. It's-
No,
but it
I
can't
couldn't go
do
for
anything.
work, and I had a silver
I knew
from
you
last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you qualified.
Okay.
Do you use your silver invite yet?
Dell has texted me exactly the same thing. I'm married to the woman who
Yes.
writes the rules, manages the rules manager, and runs the templating team.
She is multifaceted because she also chimed in on the cat versus cat battle
Oh, yeah.
yesterday.
She did.
Wow,
She
the
sees all
flavor
the
text
angles.
gets edited also.
Yeah.
Thanks. I
Yeah, the Gerard Fabiano text
I went
I read you was actually a
I mean,
screenshot
that's
from
funny.
Multiverse. That's not the card. It's Dell cut and pasting from the database where the card text is stored. Oh, that's why he doesn't want to name white, because he
Oh,
doesn't want
okay.
to fizzle the Mortar's Ardor. Got it. That's why it matters. Dave Shiels would vastly prefer to name red so that he'll get the +1 and he'll get the lifelink from the Mortal's Ardor.
And so he
That's
gets
why it
Gerard
matters.
to within 1. Like if he draws Aqueous form and then next turn his battle-wise hoplite is 5, he can kill Gerard.
Yes. Well, the hoplite's going to get the
It's going
counter
to be
either way.
Right, it'll be a 4 with a +1/+1 bonus from the offer
Right,
this
right.
turn.
There's
So
one damage.
He'll go 10 to 5 this turn.
There's 1 damage to Gerard at stake and 5 life for Dave Shiels.
Yeah.
That's the difference between naming red and white. And so Shiels hasn't named a color. He's asked the judge for a ruling. Table judge gave him a ruling which we believe is just wrong.
Correct.
And the judges are scrambling to find the real ruling.
And even though I can't tell you why, I know that if he gives it protection from something.
I am trying to check the FAQ. Wizards.com is down. So I will make a ruling that I cannot double check, but that is a correct one to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
So my ruling is, if you name red, your creature will receive damage from the white source. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
So I'm not gonna name red. in
Hold
that
on.
case.
Currently we have internet here.
So the ruling is that Fall the Hammer, that the damage would still get dealt?
So it does still get dealt?
That's the ruling.
That's the ruling. Okay.
I don't think that's the right ruling. But that is the ruling.
All right, well, That's the ruling.
Internet that works well.
So that forces Dave Shiels then to not name red, to name
Forces
white,
him to name white.
and give his own creature protection from his own spell.
Still going to get the second counter because it was targeted.
Right,
Even
but-
though it's going to get countered.
But not
Because
going to
that
get the
trigger's
+1/+1.
just floating on the stack somewhere.
Right.
Right, he's not going to get the +1/+1. He's not going to get the lifelink.
Right.
I mean, I know they're not a credible sorcerer with.
Oh no, Wizards knows about that site.
Oh,
Wow.
And there will be no re-ruling on this, right, Rashad?
They've appealed all the way up the chain.
That was okay. So that was
Head
head
judge
judge
is
ruling.
ruling.
It doesn't go higher than that.
saved in the nick of time.
I think the fact that the Wizards.com website with the FAQ is down right now may have been relevant.
Okay.
He named red.
Oh,
No.
did we get the right ruling? Okay, the ruling they changed his mind.
JK!
Okay, we got the right ruling. And he gets to name
Oh, he had-
red.
he had
The
block.
effect fizzles. Oh, there was a block. I didn't realize there was a block at the top of that. Okay.
He blocked?
He blocked. I did not realize that it had been a block way back at the
Yeah,
beginning.
he must
but-
have just verbalized it because he didn't.
No,
use
I
the
actually
card.
thought I saw him say no blocks, but
Me too.
So
Okay, well, we're in 5-drop land here as we try to get the pace of this game back on track again.
there's an Ordeal Heliod.
that's going to make that hoplite bigger than Celestial Archon. I'll take a third counter.
I'll scry. Yeah, I like that one.
No, scry to the top.
Right at the
It's not
top
good news
is,
for Gerard.
Yeah, really bad.
Remember, there's still a Divine Verdict lurking
Sure.
in the wings.
You keep a hand with a bunch of expensive spells and not very much land. This is what can happen. It wasn't even a particularly fast start from Dave
Right.
Shiels.
Is David 43 life?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he is,
Oh yeah,
by the way.
absolutely.
This is going to be a Crone Crusader go.
He still has Ornithark, right?
He shows Ornithark, he still
Yeah,
has
but he can
Divine
go Crusader,
Verdict.
Divine Verdict.
Gotcha.
This is, yeah, he's leaving up Divine Verdict. That's the big plan here. Sort of representing a jump blocker, but in fact has Divine Verdict.
What was the card drawn for Dave? Remember, he put that
Yeah,
back
he's cried
on
it to the top, whatever it is.
Is it Acolyte's Reward?
It doesn't look like it.
Is it
Looks
Vanquish
like
the Foul?
Vanquish the Foul.
No way!
That's got to be in from the sideboard. That card does
That is
not
in
get
from, that
played
is
very
absolutely
often.
in from the sideboard.
He even
He-
found a target for it.
Gee,
Well,
wow,
it's
Gerard's
not that
full of
hard,
targets
yeah.
for it.
He's got
Ornithark,
a
Archon,
couple.
and scry to the top again. Yeah, now you bring the
Wow.
team.
He may not bring the team. He may. Yeah, he's just bringing the Sun
He's
Guide.
going to play around Divine Verdict. He put Gerard
Whoa.
Fabiano on it.
That's a good read.
Yeah, I like that read.
I mean, I guess grip full of cards. What's he sitting on, right?
right. I mean, he knows he has
Why did he say go
7
with
cards
7
in his
cards
hand.
in his hand?
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Put him on Divine Verdict.
Draw a
Was
card.
correct. Gets to draw a card. Doesn't lose his hoplite.
Oh,
And hits the card that he scried to the top, which was Nimbus Naiad.
Jeez. Dave Shiels has played this game great.
That's a nice play there from Dave.
Other than the part where he asked the judge a question. I didn't like that play as much. We could have been drafting 10 minutes sooner. But
Yeah.
so we know there's an Ornithark.
I mean, hoplite is up to 6/6.
And it's going to be a 9 power flyer next turn.
Sure. I mean, Gerard is set up to chump.
Yeah.
But
If Gerard goes for Ornithark.
okay, he wants an additional jump blocker. Now he's set up to both chump and trade with Hypnotist. But little does he realize.
As soon as he says go,
Yeah,
Dave's just going to
Dave knows
flip
he's got
over
it.
that.
Yeah.
Nimbus Naiad.
Nimbus Naiad.
No, he's taking it. He's
I mean,
making
what,
sure.
What? Is there anything for W that could save Gerard here?
No. There's Mortal's Ardor, which doesn't do anything.
Well, he could he could tap.
He could target his skirmisher to tap it. And that's why
At
you see
instant
Dave
speed?
going to the Hypnotist.
Gotcha.
He could use a spell to use the skirmisher, tap something as response, so Shields is not piling everything on the hoplite. He's going wide. He's got a 6 power ground creature, which cannot be killed without a trick, and he's got the flyer, which is lethal.
Yep, and that's
there you
gonna
go.
do that.
Wow, Dave Shiels evens it up at 1 game apiece.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. Bit of a sketchy keep from Gerard.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a sketchy keep.
It was,
and it kind of halfway worked out, but didn't actually work out.
I mean, he died with what, 6 cards in his hand, 5 cards.
He died with at least 6 cards in his hand. I mean,
he
Shiels came
played
out
2.
slow. Like Gerard came out super awkward because he had a handful of things that required him to have a creature in play.
Right.
Like, it's not just that he kept 2 land 5 spells. He kept an Ordeal with no creature to put it on. He kept a Follow the Hammer with no creature to use to deal any damage.
Valor in there.
Battle-wise Valor doesn't do anything.
Right.
Like his
So
spells in his hand required creatures.
So essentially a triple mulligan for the first several turns of the game.
Yeah, he didn't.
That's usually the line for the mulligan, right? When you look at your hand and you need to draw something, you might keep it, but when you need to draw something and something else...
Right, he needed to both draw land and draw cheapish creatures.
Right, you're just not going to get... I mean,
or draw, land maybe is good enough. It's like, I mean, I think he had the Divine Verdict, so like when he got the 4, he could finally interact with his opponent. And Shields gave him more turns than I think Shields' typical draw will give him, and it still wasn't good enough.
I mean, sometimes Shields just comes out with 2-drop into Ordeal, and you're just like, oh, I guess I'm dead.
Exactly.
Or 1-drop into a deal. Or into Ordeal.
We've seen him do it. He doesn't have any choice 1-drops, but
this is by the way, no easy path for Dave Shiels here. So, oh, by the way, your quarterfinal opponent is a Pro Tour champion.
Yeah.
Your semifinal opponent has not lost.
Yeah. And now you have to play a Grand Prix champion and
with a crazy good deck.
Yeah, with a great deck too.
So all the discussion about white is white. The 2 white drafters here.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I noticed.
Meet in the finals.
Come on, we're going to
Gerard says, okay.
Gerard does get to play first in game 3. It's not nothing. One of our spectator drafts seems to have ended. Or they're watching now.
Yeah, I think they might have moved over back to the spectator area. Now that we've got a game 3 here.
It's a big game.
Yes, it is. This is huge.
Big game.
And both players have kept, so nice start here from Gerard Fabiano. Krone Crusader. And what's his turn 2 play?
Does he have an Ordeal? He does not. Just gets in for 1.
I think he's got a Follow the Hammer there in his hand.
He does.
Not doing a ton on a 1/1.
Yeah.
Depends. Might be Deepwater hitting his
Yeah, there are some targets in
Snarecaster.
Shields' deck.
And there is a Snarecaster in Shields' hand too.
And a Hypnotizer.
Yeah, I think you fall, right?
Yeah.
Make a guy, take away your 2/1.
I mean, I don't think you're terribly upset about this if you're Shields, though.
Right. It's not the greatest use of Follow the Hammer, but given the details of this board position, it seems completely correct for Gerard.
So can Gerard keep the pressure up? He's going to get in there for a couple here, but these 1/1s are going to get outclassed pretty quickly if he doesn't have anything to back him up.
Yeah, chosen by Heliod would be pretty sweet here.
Yes.
Is there not a 3rd land?
Oh, really?
Wow, no 3rd land, so he's forced to just
Snarecaster,
play
no
this,
3rd land.
which trades for either of these two, kind of
I
awkwardly.
mean, you probably do trade it for Crusader.
Yeah, I think you have to.
I mean, everything's awkward.
It works.
I mean, he kind of...
He took it. He's got it. He's got to
Right,
look on a
because
Ben
any
Elder.
trick, things just get worse.
Ugh. Oh, or is that an Ordeal?
It was.
It is an Ordeal.
Okay. We're back in the game. I mean, I think you just have to go for it. Like, you get blown out by Divine Verdict.
Yeah, and Gerard didn't play
But
anything.
you're on 2 lands. Like, I mean, Shields is far enough behind without being able to develop lands, without being able to turn on all the cards in his hand, that you hit this point where it's just like, well, if you also have, the answers, I just lose. So I kind of get to assume you don't have them. I have to go for it. The only way I win the game is if, You don't have Divine Verdict here.
Now, interestingly, though, Gerard didn't develop his board any further that turn, and he's got 2 1/1s. I mean, Dave Shiels is 1 land away here.
I would suit up and go for it there, but
Okay.
I can also kind of see Gerard's hand.
Archon
So.
1.
Wow. All right, so Gerard added to his board.
Right.
Flash.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, if the Snarecaster had an Ordeal and a counter, it would be, 1 trick away from plowing through an Archon.
Right.
But as is, it's...
And affecting the race in a big way.
Right.
He draws a second one.
Ordeal.
Yeah, so if he'd Ordealed last turn, he could be attacking through Archon this time. And gaining 20. Just 20.
I think 10 to start with, but
Right.
it's not bad.
20, a.k.a. Game 4.
Well, I guess only one of them triggers this turn. The other
Right.
one would hang around for a turn.
It's a good starting point, though. You get another counter that way, too.
Yeah. It's better. Yeah, now he has to
Ordeal
Ordeal
go.
go.
Ugh.
Yeah, he
The
should have
most
suited up.
miserable play you can make in this format is Ordeal go. I mean, they're terrible on defense. This isn't what Ordeals are made for. And in comes the squad. 6 damage going to hit Dave Shiels as Gerard Fabiano plays a second Celestial Archon, putting himself in prime position here.
And Shields, even the second Ordeal is not good enough for Shields to attack. He'd have a 4-power attacker, but there's a 4-power first striking blocker.
Right, it is a land.
It
for
is a land,
Shields.
but he really needs a second white. He does have a
God's willing.
God's Willing.
But he drew
Oh, but yeah, and God's Willing white is not great there.
also true.
Yeah, I mean, his creature's on the ground.
Wow. Yeah, Shields decided to be patient for 1 turn before he just kind of went for it, and all of a sudden, Celestial Archon 1 and Celestial Archon 2 came falling down on his head. I do not see how he gets out of this.
No, I mean, he can gain 3 life here by playing his Lagana Bandana, putting him up to 12, which,
Great.
is almost dead.
You'd think that
There's
he could
8 power
survive
worth
an
of
extra
flyers.
turn. Right, that's the problem.
Well, that's an anticlimactic game 3.
Yeah, not if you're a Gerard Fabiano fan.
He'll take it. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
This is gotta be. Which is better, Laguna Band Elder or Nimbus Naiad?
He's got an Acolyte's Reward in his hand, too. This just doesn't feel like he's got time here. There's Elder, gain 3.
12.
It's a coordinated assault in Gerard's hand.
Which is still not quite enough, right? That'd be for 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Just means he gets to attack with everybody.
He just gets to clean him out, basically.
Yeah,
here.
Shields has to go block on the ground guys, and then he's going to get completely blown out.
Yep, go to 4, lose everything.
Yeah, he could just block the Acron Crusader with his Lagana Band Elder, but I mean, we're just... None of this is...
Huh.
So he's just
Oh,
gonna
he's
make
saying
that
if you've got a trick that targets 1 creature, I don't want you to target the one that's going to make a guy.
Right.
I want you to target the one that's not going to make a guy. Oh, but it's coordinated assault.
Yeah.
Is this 4-8?
It's
So
not
now
enough.
he's going to take 10.
Yeah.
And Gerard makes a token.
He's going to take 11 here, right?
Jeez.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
I don't see the
Gerard-
11th.
Oh, he did those two. Yeah, you're right. So it's 10.
Oh, I'm also going to blow up your Ordeal.
Just in case you had any thing. And
There's
that's
the
going to
hand.
do it.
Wow.
Gerard Fabiano is our champion here in Montreal.
Two-time Grand Prix champion.